see this end of the barrel. I'm excited because this is my new carry pistol, and I hope to never have to show you this end. Highly talked about S&W Shield in 40 Smith & Wesson. Basically, my wife got her carry permit, and I got her a Kel-Tec PF9 on advice from Nut and Fancy, who I do like your videos, Nut and Fancy. Thank you for your contribution to the firearm community. What I have been carrying is the Kahr CW9. It is their lower end version. They basically put some cheap stamping, edges are rough, but it's a fine firearm. It came with one magazine. Carries 7 rounds of 9mm. I'm not sure what the 40 can carry. And it's not as small as my new Shield, which I understand. There is a smaller version, CM9 or something like that, or that may be more comparable to the Shield. But this is what I've been carrying. The trigger is very double action, extremely smooth, and a break at the end, which I like. I really like this trigger. It's so smooth, it really is. It's probably one of the best small pistol triggers I've ever handled. In fact, I like it more than the Shield. Its downfall is the reset, which doesn't reset until there. That's pretty far forward. I do like the barrel. It's unlike the more expensive. I mean, first of all, the feed ramp was extremely buffed when I got it. I mean, I buffed it up a little bit, but out of the factory it was still extremely buffed, and I really like that. It's off center, and I know that's on purpose. It's part of their design, and for me it's been 100%. This firearm has been absolutely 100%. I have not had one malfunction, even in the quote-unquote break-in period that they speak of. This is because it's the less expensive model, they give you the regular rifling, not the polygonal, but Americanized rifling, and that's fine with me. I like it. I can shoot lead reloads, I can shoot anything, and it has been plenty accurate. So reliability and accuracy, this firearm has it. And I just don't trust the Kel-Tec, and I think I'm going to give this to my wife as the recoil. So I in turn had two thoughts, and one was I wanted us both to carry the same pistol so that we could share each other's rounds, ammunition if we ever had to, which probably is a better idea. But when the possibility of getting the Shield came out, I just had to go for it. The Shield comes with 2 magazines, which I really like. The first magazine is the flush fitting magazine, and it really does a good job for concealed carry. The other magazine is the extended, and I heard some complaints originally that this extra spacer for the extended was just sliding all over the place on people, and I think maybe Smith & Wesson did something to change the design, because it's on there much more solidly. Now I can get it off if I give it a good push. It breaks off, but it seems to sit snug on there. I don't know if people's brand new were sliding all over the place, or if it was after a little bit of use. They haven't been out that long, but it really seems to stay on there. So well done, Smith & Wesson. Thank you for 2 magazines, and thanks for listening to people and fixing this. The trigger on the Shield, I think on the first shot, is a little heavy and leaves a bit to be desired. I like the break is not bad. I mean, it's heavy, but it's not bad. Now, where the Shield really excels over the Kahr is the reset. Nice reset. It's you know, this isn't a competition gun here. This is still a carry gun, but as far as being able to give you a physical feel of reset and an audible sound, or smaller on the Shield. Even though the Kahr and the Shield are not that much different in size, I shouldn't put this back together. That's what we're doing, 6.5 minutes. Let's just compare these a little bit. The barrels, obviously with the Kahr you get another inch of barrel. Slide-wise, they're not overly different in length or width. They're pretty close. But if you look at where the ejection port is, you see it's much more forward on the Shield, which means that your barrel is smaller. So smaller barrel, a little bit less accuracy. You actually get a longer sight radius because of how they set up the sights. If I put the back end of this sight, these two sights even, you see that the front of the sight is a little bit more forward, so you get more sight radius on the smaller gun, which is nice. It's nice how they set that up. Another downfall of the Smith & Wesson is, in order to work on the safety lever inside, which is right there, in order to get in there, the only way to get to that circle is to take off the top sight. And I don't really like that. I don't like guns that you need to take the sight off and then to work on anything in there. Take everything out of there without having to take off the sights. So, advantage Kahr. Another thing is the springs. A lot of people like the captured spring, and in theory I like it. Mine's actually bent. I got another one coming from Smith & Wesson free. They said they sent it right out to me. It was nice of them. But this design has never really thrilled me. I don't think you gain that much, performance or savings in the recoil spring over just a longer spring. And this way, I mean, in times of problems, I can run to the hardware store and find some sort of spring that'll fit on here. I can change the tensions of the different springs very inexpensively, because it is the old guide rod and guide spring design. The new springs, if something happens to this, I'm not going to be able to run to the hardware store and jimmy rig something up that'll work here. Maybe you could find you have to find a guide rod that's the right size and will fit in there, and then you got to find the springs to fit in there also. I don't like that. It just is more cost for the end user. I know this is a little bit more of a pain in the butt when you're taking it down and putting it back together, but the cost difference is what I look at. Besides that, I'm really excited with my new carry pistol, and hopefully I'll do some more videos on it later. This was just a quick overview of the Kahr CW9 versus the Smith & Wesson Shield 40.